Hello students, welcome back again to Study Hive, and today we are starting a new chapter, that is control and coordination. Children, what is control and what is coordination? Control is controlling all the parts of the body, and coordination is coordinating different parts of the body. See, what is coordination? I'll give you an example to you. Whenever you will hold a piece of food and your mouth automatically opens, and there is a perfect coordination between your hand and the mouth. So, this is what coordination is. Who sets the control and coordination of your parts of the body? That is nervous system. Nervous system controls and coordinates all the parts of our body. So, when we study the nervous system, there are two types of nervous system. The nervous system can be classified into two types, the central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. Central nervous system consists of brain and spinal cord. Brain and spinal cord are the main components of the central nervous system. Peripheral nervous system consists of nerves and ganglia. I have given a diagram for better understanding. See, nerves and ganglions are the main components of a peripheral nervous system, whereas brain and spinal cord are components of central nervous system. When we say nerves, there are two types of nerves. One is sensory nerve and another one is motor nerve. The sensory nerves always carries the message from sense organs to the brain. Sensory nerves always carries the message from sense organs. Which are the 5 sense organs? Please comment in the comment box. And motor nerves always carries the response of the brain from the brain to other parts of the body. For example, if you touch a hot pan, your skin will sense it, and the sensory nerves carries that message to the spinal cord. And again, the response, what is the response to take off your hand from the pan? It is the response that is carried by motor nerves to the muscles of your hand. The muscles in response will remove the hand from the hot pan. So this is how the sensory nerves and motor nerves works. Next, let us learn how the message passes in our nerves. Nervous system is completely made up of neurons or nerve cells. Each of the nerve cells looks like this. It consists of a dendrite, nucleus, cell body, axon and nerve ending. These are the parts of a nerve cell. So, the nerve cell can be said as building block of a nervous system. Whole nervous system is made up of like these kind of cells. So, how does the message pass from one cell to another cell? Let us study now. Dendrite receives the message. The dendrite is the part which receives the message, and in the axon, message passes in the form of electrical impulse. And next, when it comes to nerve ending, it releases some chemicals. Then the message will be in the form of chemical in the synapse. Synapse is the gap between two nerve cells. This is first cell and this is the second cell, and the gap between these two cells, here we call it as synapse. So, dendrite receives the message, and in the axon it passes in the form of electrical impulse, and when it comes to the nerve ending, the message sets off in the form of chemicals. In the synapse, the message will be in the form of chemicals, and it will be again sensed by the next dendrite of the next cell, and again the message gets converted into electrical impulse in the second cell. In this axon, it again gets converted into electrical impulse, and when it moving to the next cell, again the chemical message sets off from this cell. So this is how the message transfers from one cell to another cell. For whenever the sense organ senses a message, there will be three kinds of responses. First one is reflex action, second one is voluntary action, and the third one is involuntary actions. The first one we are going to study now, the reflex action. Reflex actions are sudden, they are instantaneous. Response to any stimulus is called reflex action. It is possible by the neural pathway which is called as reflex arc. There is a pathway to carry this sudden response which is called as reflex arc. And the next one is voluntary actions. Voluntary actions are performed by the organisms with a conscience. They'll be having the willingness to do it. Example, walking, sitting and talking. We do by our conscience or our willingness. Such a kind of activities are called voluntary activities or actions. The involuntary actions are without consciousness of the or without any choice of the organisms they occurs. For example, beating of our heart, breathing, salvation. Whenever you see tamarind, your mouth starts to saliva. This is involuntary action. We cannot control it. So these kind of activities which cannot be controlled by ourselves are called involuntary actions. So first let us see about the reflex actions and how it occurs in our body. There is a picture shown here. This shows the reflex arc. And the reflex arc is the pathway through which the reflex action is carried out. Reflex arc is the pathway through which the reflex action is carried out. Reflex action. See, whenever you touch any hot thing, you will feel the pain and heat. It is sensed by your skin. The message is transferred to the spinal cord. Where will be the spinal cord? As I have taught you already, this is the spinal cord. So whenever you will sense, see for example, you touch something hot from your hand and the skin senses it and sends the message to the brain, and brain has to process it and send the information again through the nerves to the hands. This takes really a long time. That's why what is alternative system exists in our body, that is the spinal cord. What happens whenever you send something hot, it will be sent to your spinal cord, and the spinal cord immediately sends the information here itself. Instead of going to the brain and processing the information and sending back to the information to the hand, instead of that, the message will be carried to the spinal cord here, and the message will be sent back here itself, so that the organism is not exposed to the dangerous situation for a long period of time. So this is how the alternative system has been developed in the human, which is called as reflex action. You may see here, we sense some heat and pain from the skin and we feel it. It will be sent through the sensory neuron to the sensory neuron. Always carries the message from the sense organ and it reaches it to the spinal cord, and spinal cord sends its message through the motor nerve to the muscles of the pain, and suddenly we will remove the hand from the hot pan. This is how the reflex action, and this is what we call it as reflex arc. This is the diagram showing the brain. There are mainly three parts in the brain. One is the forebrain, which consists of thalamus. This is thalamus, which has not been shown in the diagram. And this is hypothalamus, and there is cerebrum. Cerebrum, thalamus and hypothalamus are three main parts of the forebrain. And next one is midbrain, and another one is hindbrain. Forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. Hindbrain consists of pons, medulla and cerebellum. Mainly, the voluntary actions are controlled by the forebrain. This part of the brain controls the voluntary actions, whereas midbrain and hindbrain controls the involuntary actions. Let us see what are the functions of forebrain. Forebrain is the main center of sensory impulse, that is, it receives the messages. It is a center for control of water balance, blood pressure and body temperature, sleep and hunger. Hypothalamus, this hypothalamus controls the body temperature, sleep and hunger. Cerebrum is responsible for memory and sense. It is responsible for memory and sense. The next part of the brain, that is midbrain, it is responsible for hearing and sight. And the next one is hindbrain. Hindbrain consists of pons, medulla and cerebellum. This hindbrain and midbrain controls the involuntary actions. Medulla controls the involuntary actions like heartbeat. This medulla controls involuntary actions like heartbeat, salivation, breathing, etc. Hindbrain consists of pons, medulla and cerebellum. Medulla controls involuntary actions like salivation, breathing, blood pressure, heartbeat, etc. Whereas cerebellum, though it controls involuntary actions, it also controls precision of the voluntary actions. The voluntary actions like walking in a straight line. You will walk in a straight line with the help of this cerebellum. It controls the precision. The sitting posture is controlled by cerebellum. So cerebellum is said to be controlling the precision of the voluntary activities. So I have given the notes of this brain, its parts and its functions in the Telegram channel. Please do join the Telegram channel, which is given in the description box. Thank you.